Next, you'll add 1 teaspoon of the castile soap. My collection of DIY products is growing. Bamboo sheets are naturally hypoallergenic. Okay, I also just came up with a genius idea. Around Christmas time, I bought one of these Shakti mats. Good morning and welcome back to another vlog. I woke up bright and early this morning. I am trying so hard to be a morning person. Today I ended up getting out of bed at 6:20, which is very early for me. It took me a while to get up and moving, but once I'm up and ready, I have so much time in the morning and I feel motivated to get things done. So I'm trying to shift my schedule, go to bed earlier, get up earlier, so that I have a little bit of peace and quiet to accomplish a few things before I sit down for work. And one of those things today is working on one of the recipes in my A Healthier Home book. So this book was gifted to me this past Christmas by a friend, and I've had my eye on it for a while. And basically it's just an informational book about how to make your home and your spaces a little less toxic. It's written by Shauna Holman and she's an amazing resource in this space. But what I love most about this book is it's more instructional and less focused on specific brands and products. So if you spend the time reading it, you can actually learn about ingredients to look out for rather than brands. And that way, no matter where you are, you can flip a product over and read the ingredients and start to understand what might be better or worse for you. One of the best pieces of advice I've received when it comes to transitioning to a more non-toxic lifestyle is when you finish something up, replace it with something better. That could be something you make yourself, which I'm going to work on today, or it could just be a brand that has cleaner ingredients. And part of knowing what brands to choose is learning about it. I have read this book cover to cover, and not only is it a really easy read and really quite easy to understand, it's chock full of DIY recipes, so you can make some of your own cleaning supplies, skincare products, you name it. So far, I have made the carpet freshener, which is just a mixture of baking soda and essential oils. You shake it all up so it's mixed together, you sprinkle it on your carpet, let it sit, and then vacuum it up, and that just helps absorb odors. The essential oils are key because it also leaves like a nice lasting fragrance. I have also made the air freshener. You can use this on upholstery as well. Just spray the air or spray the cushions on your couch to help reduce odors, especially if you're a pet parent like we are and your dogs are allowed on the couch. This comes in very handy. This is a mixture of essential oils, filtered water, witch hazel, salt, and I think that might be it. Really easy to make, really easy to use, and the best thing about essential oils is there are so many of them, so you can mix them up and try different fragrance combinations. Lastly, I've got this concoction here, which is quite simple and kind of genius. So a lot of these DIY cleaning products and sprays require vinegar, but vinegar kind of stinks and it leaves a lasting smell. So one thing you can do is actually soak things like lemons, oranges, limes, rosemary, cinnamon, etc. in vinegar, so the vinegar absorbs those smells, and when you mix it into your cleaning product, it smells like whatever, you know, fragrance you've created. It kind of reminds me of those simmer pot jars. So if you want to switch up the fragrance for different seasons, you can mix different versions of the vinegar and then, you know, concoct whatever cleaning supply you need. Essentially, the vinegar is preserving whatever's in here, so I don't have to worry about these lemons and limes molding. They'll start to like break down and, you know, turn a little bit brown, but when I'm ready to actually use the vinegar in here, I'll strain it out so that I don't have all the pulp, and then I can mix it with whatever I need. I have used the carpet freshener and the air freshener a little bit, and so far so good, but I want to go through them a little bit more to report back and let you know if I'd make any changes. Today I'm going to make a stone cleaner. So we have granite countertops and you're not supposed to use vinegar-based sprays on them. The acid in the vinegar can actually damage the surface, so you want to be careful about what you're spraying where. But there is a different recipe for stone cleaner, which is even simpler and doesn't require any prep work with, you know, fragrant vinegar. So I'm going to mix that up today so we can add it to our arsenal. To make this, you're going to need a few things. Rubbing alcohol, I'm going to use 70% isopropyl alcohol. Cast Style soap, I have the Dr. Bronner's Hemp Citrus. Filtered water, I just have a jug that I keep aside and use for exactly these types of things. Measuring spoons and a funnel, so you can funnel it into your jar. And lastly, you're going to need some sort of spray bottle. This is a 16-ounce glass bottle. I purchased a set of these from Amazon. I also purchased these little rubber bottoms. That just helps if you put your bottle down just a little bit too hard, it won't crack the glass. So I will include links to both of these items in the description. The first thing you're going to do is stick your funnel in your glass, and you're going to add 3 tablespoons of rubbing alcohol or 70% isopropyl. Next, you'll add 1 teaspoon of the Cast Style soap, and then you'll fill the rest up with water. It really is that simple. Then you're just gonna cap your bottle. If you have the plastic spray tops, just don't over tighten them because they can easily crack. Make sure it's snug so it doesn't leak, and then just shake it up. The last step is adding a label. It's definitely important to label all of your DIY products because, like I said before, you don't want to accidentally spray something with vinegar on your stone countertops and start to ruin them. So labeling is just going to make sure you're grabbing the right thing. I absolutely love this thing. I'm a huge organizer and I label anything and everything I can. So I will include a link to this one, but there are tons of them ranging in price. So definitely look for something that will kind of fit your needs. If you need something basic, you don't need to get this big contraption. But if you want something with more features, there are even bigger ones than this. My collection of DIY products is growing and I'm very excited about that. So I will keep you posted on these, and then maybe sometime we can do a separate just like making products video once I kind of know what works, what doesn't, and if I would make any changes to them. One of the nicest things about this is it's very inexpensive. Like all of the products we used, alcohol, Cast Style soap, which is so concentrated it will last you forever, water, glass spray bottles, these things are relatively inexpensive, so you don't need to spend a fortune on this. Your home will still be clean, your home will still smell nice, and it's kind of fun to make them all yourself. Best of all is they look nice. I mean, this bottle's beautiful, it doesn't have some ugly label, they're all uniform, so you can have a lot of fun with designing the bottles and labels and make them your own. The sitting room is all clean, it smells nice. Piper's back in her rightful place at the corner of the sofa looking out the window. I'm going to change out our sheets. So normally, for the longest time, I have only worked from one set of sheets. I take them off, I wash them, I put them back on. But I figured I would help myself. Life is crazy sometimes. I'll throw the sheets in the wash. I'll totally forget about them. I'll come upstairs at night and be like, shoot, I didn't put the sheets in the dryer, or they're in the dryer, I just have to make the bed, and that is the last thing I want to do when I'm ready to get horizontal. So I decided to get a new pair of sheets. I ended up getting the bamboo sheets from Quince. So you can't really see anything aside from a white piece of fabric. But at our last house, we had ordered a set of Cozy Earth sheets for our queen bed, and we absolutely loved them. They were really smooth, cooling, light fabric, so not like super heavy if you're like a hot sleeper. They were just really luxurious to sleep in, but they are pricey. Now we have a king bed. King bed increases the price of everything. And when I asked Matt, like, if I get another set of sheets, what brand have you liked most? We've tried Target, Brooklinen, Cozy Earth, Quince, Bamboo, Percale, like you name it. We've tried all the different things. And he said he liked Cozy Earth the best. So I figured this time around I would give the bamboo sheets from Quince a try to see if they're comparable to Cozy Earth, even though they're like significantly cheaper. So I took them out and washed them last night. Bamboo sheets are naturally hypoallergenic, antimicrobial, and antibacterial. They wick away moisture, so if you're a hot sleeper, you sweat a lot, that helps. And they're just good for sensitive skin. So there's lots of benefits to them. I think I paid $119 for a set. I got the fitted sheet, flat sheet, and 2 king pillowcases. You could just buy the pillowcases, you could just buy the fitted sheet if you're not a flat sheet sleeper, but we ended up getting a set because we like all of the parts. So I'm going to throw these on, and once we try them for a bit, I will let you know what we think. Alright, bed is all made. I put our percale duvet cover on. I did not get the bamboo duvet cover because it's more of like a fragile fabric, I guess you could say, and I feel like it catches a lot more easily, whereas the percale and the linen duvet covers are a little more durable with the dogs, specifically Junie's nails. So I'm okay with the sheets, but this is kind of like the top layer, and it's a little more protective, being slightly more durable. So I still use the percale duvet cover, love it. It's held up super well in the wash, and I just rotate between the percale and the linen when one is being cleaned. I do wash the duvet every time I wash the sheets because dogs go outside and they have dirt in their paws and things like that, so it's kind of a pain in the butt, but at least that way I know everything is clean. So that's it for now. I cannot wait to crash in this bed later tonight, but I'm going to get some work done and then catch up with you in a bit. Okay, today has absolutely flown by. I'm getting ready to meet some coworkers for dinner, so I straightened my hair, I put some makeup on, and before I leave, I wanted to show you my outfit because 1, it's adorable, and 2, I'm going to use my new purse that I thrifted in the last vlog or last video, and I just feel like it fits perfectly, so I have to show you. I'm still deciding on the tuck situation here. I could go full tuck, front tuck, half tuck like this, I don't know, still deciding. But this shirt is from Barber. I got it last summer, I think. It is just the cutest with the little ruffles on the sleeve, and in the back, I don't know if I'll be able to show you, there's a little tie in the back there, and you can either tie it like that and just let it hang, or you can button the shirt all the way up and wrap it around and tie it in the front. It's absolutely adorable, and I'm obsessed. I'm so excited to be wearing it because I think this is like only the first or second time I've actually worn it. But I've got my dark skinny jeans, my riding boots, and then my new purse that I thrifted. This is kind of the style, the vibe I was envisioning for this. It's very small. I'll just be able to fit like my phone, keys, and like some chapstick in there. And then of course, it's freezing cold out, so we are going to need some kind of like coat situation. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Okay, I have to put the camera down. All right, there we go. That's a little better. Much easier to do with 2 hands. I think I might have to do like a front tuck here. This little flap is looking a bit weird, but we've got our little purse, little pea coat, riding boots. Ah, such a cute vibe. Love it. None of this is like recently purchased, although I have recently purchased the belt. I will include links to what I can find, but I feel like this purse is going to work perfectly. I'm really excited about this. Yay! Okay, I also just came up with a genius idea. I'm sure I'm not the first one to come up with this, but I just lifted up the flap here and wrapped one of these little silk scarves I have around and tied it in a bow. I need to cut that tag off. Now it just adds a little pop of color, and if I want something to tie my hair back, I have it. Genius. Of course, now I'm in a hot rush because I took too long hunting for my curling iron until I realized I left it at a friend's house that I visited like a few weeks ago. So for now it's going to be straight hair. I just let the dogs out to run around and go potty for a few minutes. I am going to load my new purse up with necessities, the very few things I can actually fit in there, and then I'm going to hit the road for dinner. Are you ready to come inside? Are you too cold? Okay, wait a second. Gotta wash your feet. Come here. Wait. Yay. It was so hard to get out of bed this morning and do that, but I'm glad I did. I came home last night after dinner and just crashed. I was so tired and I could not wait to sleep in our new sheets, and it was lovely. I forgot how much I loved the bamboo sheets, and oh, they're so soft. They're just so luxurious. So if you want yourself a good sleep and a cozy sheet, definitely pick yourself up some bamboo sheets. So far, obviously I've only washed the Quince ones one time, but so far I would say they're pretty comparable to the Cozy Earth sheets. Getting out of them this morning was a challenge because I was so cozy, but once I got down here and started moving, I felt much better. I started my workout off with some posture exercises. I stumbled upon this Instagrammer, Helen Leland. I was just looking up her account because I couldn't remember her name. And when I stumbled upon her account, her little tagline said, health, beauty, and posture obsessed. And I was like, I like all of those things. So I followed her and started watching some of her videos, and she has some like posture exercises, which I have horrible posture. So anything to help would be great. And I started trying to do those like every morning because they're really easy, and you could do them, you know, in the bathroom or in the shower, or you know, before or after a workout, while you're cooking dinner. You know, they're super simple, and wowza, it feels so good. It just like opens up your, I don't know what part of the body this is. I mean, obviously your shoulders, but like all these muscles, and just like sort of stretches them back. Whew, that wakes you up. So if that is of interest to you, I recommend checking her account out. I will leave it right down here so you can follow her too. I have one more thing I'm going to do to wake myself up. Some might consider it torture. So around Christmas time, I bought one of these Shakti mats, and if you're not familiar with these, they're essentially the equivalent of the Indian bed of nails. It's just sort of in a matte format. It's more compact, and these little spikes are plastic. Basically, all these little points are applying pressure to, you know, your back or wherever you're using it, because you can use this anywhere. You can roll it up, you can put it behind your neck, you can use it on your tummy, your feet, etc. But it's acupressure, which is not the same as acupuncture, because this is just applying pressure. It's not like breaking the skin. And some of the benefits are deeper sleep, relief from aches and pains, tension relief, stress relief. So I've only been using it for about a week. It was definitely not super comfortable the first time. But they do say it takes time to get used to it, so you kind of need to like work up the amount of time you spend on the mat, starting with a few minutes and then just almost building up your tolerance. So I've been doing it for about a week. I actually look forward to it now. I know that sounds crazy. I would say it's like kind of equivalent to an ice bath, but it's not as cold. The last time I used it 2 days ago, I almost fell asleep on it. So I don't know what that says about it, but I was not suffering, which is a good sign. So since I didn't get to this last night, I'm going to do this for 5 or 10 minutes. like I said, I've only been doing this for like maybe a week or a little bit longer, so I can't report back on all the benefits yet, but I'm hoping to be somewhat consistent about this after my evening workouts to see if it helps with sleep and just like general stress and tension relief. I've seen people try it in the mornings when they get out of bed. They kind of keep it at the side so when they swing their feet out of bed they can stand on it for a few minutes. So I'll have to work up to that, but maybe in the future we'll add that into the routine for the morning. But it is now time for me to get ready for the day, so I'm going to wrap this vlog up here. I will make sure to include all of the links below, so check the description for those if you're interested in any of the random things that we talked about in this vlog. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for future updates. Click that bell icon if you want notifications for future uploads, and I will catch up with you in the next video.